I do want to give Benny Blanco a shout out because this fucking ugly bastard has gone public. I actually love Benny Blanco. Have you ever seen Dave?
But what?
Have you ever seen the show Dave?
Yes.
It's so fucking funny, and he is
it's
so
amazing.
Funny
but
he's objectively not as good looking as Selena Gomez. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, that is fucked up to say in the same
Good
sentence.
for him, man.
I really like this guy, but shout out to
love
this
him.
ugly
He's so
bastard.
funny in Dave, bro.
As much as you're complimenting him, you're hating, bro. Like, you're hating.
I like Selena. I like Selena Gomez. I'm jealous, bro. That's it. Welcome back. Facts and the King. I am Beau Allen, 7-year NFL vet. My friends call me the Butter King because I'm one buttery son of a bitch.
Oh, my God. And I'm Nate Collins, a.k.a. Dr. Fax, 5 years in the NFL and out of Charlottesville, Virginia, Wahoo Wah. And I am torqued, Beau. There is a restaurant that just came to Charlottesville that serves oxtails. I don't know. Have you ever had oxtails, Beau?
Hell yeah, brother.
Bro, oxtails is one of my favorite foods, but there are not a lot of Caribbean or Jamaican restaurants in Charlottesville area.
Until now.
Yeah, I usually have to travel about an hour to Richmond if you want some good oxtail. Because even like the butchers or the grocery stores, they don't even have them often enough like that they sell them to buy. But a new restaurant, 434 Street Catering, just came to Charlottesville, and they opened the other day. The wait was very long, but it was definitely worth it, and I'm excited that now I have a local spot that I can get oxtail anytime I want.
How was it?
It was amazing. Honestly, it was the first time I had like braised oxtail, like without like it wasn't stewed in sauce or anything like that. And I was kind of hesitant because I never had it before. But bro, it was easily like a 9.1.
Whoa.
Like,
what'd you get with it?
Just rice and peas. The mac and cheese was amazing. And then collard greens. The collard greens definitely could have been better, but the oxtails were amazing. And they were, first time I've ever had, like, they were like huge. Like you get like 3 or 4 pieces, but like they were easily the biggest oxtails like I've ever had to date.
I gotta send you this hilarious meme I saw. Someone posted on their story and it was like, white people the first time they have oxtails. It was this dude just absolutely riffing like a Caribbean beat. It was really funny. I gotta send you that. But that's dope. Next time in Charlottesville with Foch, we're gonna swing by and get some oxtails, baby.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Yeah, and then we'll start a little Caribbean jam band. All right, let me tell you what I'm hyped about. Let me tell you what I'm torqued about. Dr. Fax, I'm fully torqued because tomorrow on Wednesday, I'm going to New Zealand and Australia. So have never been. It's a big bucket list item for me. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings guy. I love Lord of the Rings. It was filmed in New Zealand. So it's a beautiful area, tons of, awesome hikes, a lot of great outdoor activities, and then I'm going to jump over to Straya, mate, and I'm going to check out like Bondi Beach, get some food there, check out like the Sydney Opera House. So I am super torqued. Let me give you a little lineup of what I got.
I don't know if this is before you start this, if this is a dumb question or not, but like, what's the weather there? Like, does their seasons line up?
Summer. No, it's summer there.
Okay.
So it's opposite in the southern hemisphere. And I'm excited too. Like, I'm not a huge cruise ship guy, but it is actually Virgin Voyages, which is...
Oh, you're going on a cruise?
Yeah, but it's like a luxury cruise, adults only. Facts, 0 babies, but the food is really good. It's similar to what I... What's up? What's up, dog? What's so funny?
What deems it a luxury cruise? Why'd you say it like that?
It just is, bro. You know it when you see it. But I got this opportunity to go. They kind of hooked it up for your boy, and it's me, my sister, her boyfriend, and then one of my buddies from Minnesota. His name is Joshua Bestie. Let me give Bestie a shout out on the pod. But he's basically semi-retired like me, so we travel a lot together. But anyway, it's a luxury cruise, Facts. It means they have great amenities. The food on the ship, really good booze, really good spa. I'm not a cruise guy, but the rooms are actually really fucking nice, and you'd love it. So Virgin Voyages is kind of hooking it up for your boy, and I'm stoked, man. It's gonna be great, and I'm really excited.
Shout out to Virgin Voyages.
Shout out to Virgin Voyages, baby.
Send me on a trip.
We're all virgins here. So I'm going to Auckland. and Taronga, 2 days in Taronga. That's where Hobbiton is for Lord of the Rings. So we're going to check out some Hobbit holes. Like, I'm fucking pumped about that, honestly. And then I'm going to butcher this, but Mount Maunganai is a beautiful mountain in Taronga. Dude, I'm looking at this spreadsheet that my sister put together. Like, I'm not a spreadsheet guy. I like to do spontaneous travel, but she has been planning this entire thing, which actually is awesome. So gonna do some sweet hikes in Taronga. They have an amazing beach, and then apparently like really good fresh fish market right by the beach that we're gonna go to after the hike. Then headed over to Napier. We're doing an e-bike tour of like wineries. I'm on a huge Savvy Bee kick. I'm a Savvy Bee boy. It's buttery, okay? We love it.
I can't wait to see a picture on the e-bikes.
I'm gonna get wine drunk and bike around.
Do you worry that like you may possibly be too big for like all that shit?
Hell no, bro. I'm a moped boy. I'm familiar.
But like their mopeds are probably not big, bro. You're huge.
Thanks, man. I've been waiting to hear you say that. Thank you. So after, we're going to be in wine country for 2 days. So Napier, we're doing back-to-back winery trips. So on the 15th and the 16th of January, don't expect to hear from you, boy, because I'm going to be Savvy Bee drunk for like 2 days straight. Then we're going to Wellington. Apparently, it's a really beautiful city with cool bars, good shopping. They have a botanical garden and Lookout that we're going to check out.
Fire.
Yeah, so then we have 2 days where we're going from New Zealand to Australia, and we get to Sydney. And I'm super stoked about Sydney. Like night one in Sydney, we're going to kind of explore the city, like go out to eat, like bougie little restaurant, little cocktail spot. I'm pumped about that. Then day 2, we're going to Bondi Beach, which I am thrilled for. So that'll be the Speedo day. I'll make sure to update you.
What's the story behind Bondi Beach? Is it like South Beach, Miami?
Yeah, kind of. It's like a legendary beach. Just type in Bondi Beach on Instagram, Fax and Foch, and you will be very excited about some of the pictures that you see. My buddy Ryan Griffin actually was there somewhat recently, and he said there's a lot of fun nude beaches too. So I'll be rocking my Speedo there. I'll send a lot of pics to the group chat. But yeah, fully torqued on this trip, man. It's going to be like 20 hours of travel to get there, which is a little daunting for a man like me, but it'll be good. I got to fly from Tampa to Atlanta, then to LA, and then from LA to Auckland. So it's going to be a fucking hike, but it looks beautiful, man. My buddy Bestie's already out there, and he's been sending a lot of fun photos from New Zealand. So I'm fully torqued. It's going to be awesome. So that's what I'm stoked about. I'm going to be gone next week for the pod, but thankfully today we have a lot of football to discuss. So let's just get right into it. Before we talk about the national championship that was on last night, Fax, let's talk, like, quick shout out to the FCS champion South Dakota State Jackrabbits. They defeated Montana Grizzlies 23-3. So South Dakota State went 15-0 in the season and won back-to-back FCS champions, extended their overall win streak to 29 games. Pretty dominant program at the FCS level.
That's lit. Shout out to the Jackrabbits, yo. A chip.
Midwestern's finest. And then one thing that I thought was really cool from this whole story is South Dakota State won last year under their head coach, who is John Stiegelmeier. 26 seasons from the team. And then they've now won their former DC Jimmy Rogers. He was a Jackrabbits linebacker, and he was the captain of their first playoff team in 2009. They actually lost to Montana after blowing a 27-point lead. So we get a little bit of a redemption story for Jimmy Rogers. And then I don't know if you saw this video. It was an awesome touchdown celebration. Dude fucking like from the Jackrabbits basically mossed this DB from Montana, and then like catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown, and then immediately hits him. A couple things I want to hit on. Celebration, like pushed his head down, kind of like it was savage, man. So shout out to Jan Anaki. That was a savage touchdown celebration right in this dude's face. 23-yard reception. But yeah, got to give the Jackrabbits some love, you know?
I love that. And the Jackrabbits, I love that mascot.
Yeah. I kind of like their color scheme too. It's kind of swaggy.
That's fire. Let's get to the big boys.
Let's get to it. Michigan, Big Ten, dominant. 15-0 Michigan Wolverines. They beat...
Asterisk.
Fuck out of here, bro. Okay, hey, this is the question for you. Does the integral member of their coaching staff, Connor Stallions, get a national championship ring?
I feel like if I was Connor Stallions, I would be devastated if I did not get a ring.
Like, did all the honestly, hard work, you know?
Because technically I was still part of the program. I think in other sports, like even if you get traded, like if you're on a team for long enough that season, you still get rings. I think that's how they maybe do it in basketball. But I think they still have like a trial to go through, like, right? Like to deem if they really did anything inappropriate.
No, I think the fact that they won the national championship, that just wipes their slate clean. People moved on.
Definitely not how things go. And I think it's sad and it sucks for the players to even think that all this stuff isn't over and done with. And worst case scenario, if they do find something like, hey, actually your coach was hands-on with this, and it's going to suck because they're going to potentially have an asterisk near this win, which sucks with the undefeated season and everything they did where realistically the kids had really nothing to do with it, no matter what ends up coming out about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see how that unfolds. Before we get into the game itself, Fax, a couple things I want to hit on. Did you see Blake Corum's pregame fit? So the Michigan's NCAA championship, they got belt buckles, and they're actually fucking sick. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I feel like it was the first time for that. And Blake Corum came in. The game was in Houston. He had this sick cowboy fit on. The belt buckle prominently featured, big-ass 10-gallon hat with the chain. He had his shirt all tucked in, some cowboy boots. I thought that was swaggy, man. I fucking love Blake Corum. I think, dude, he's good. And he played well too, man. Look good, feel good, play good. What'd you think of that fit? Drip King or nah?
Bro, I don't want to seem like a hater, but it was just a plain white tee, my guy.
Bro, it was all
it's a plain white tee and jeans,
attitude,
bro.
Come on. It was sweet.
Yo, shout out to him. Yo, amazing game. Get like everything. Champion.
Champ.
But yeah, I guess you're more hyped about it's playing the part. It's the costume. It's the boots and the hat. The belt buckle is absolutely amazing. It's super dope. I think the only thing that would be like a little bit better or swaggy is if like it was a team that were required to wear suits and everyone got bolos.
Yeah.
Like a nice fucking national champion.
I love a bolo.
Yeah, like a bolo. I think that will look fire. But the buckle definitely was a nice touch. And it's just one of those things too that you'll have for the rest of your life. You throw that on here and there when you see the boys like down the road and you guys get to reminisce and be like, yeah, we won this shit. Like, I think that's definitely something that's dope. And it's different than wearing a gaudy ring, like a big ass ring all the time.
Yeah.
So they'll have both to choose from though. So shout out to them for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then Harbaugh was fucking locked in. He was taking, he was like warming up like a fucking, like he was a player. Yeah, he had gloves on. I feel like his wrists were taped up. He had cleats on too. Dude, Harbaugh is hilarious, man. He actually recruited me when he was at Stanford, and he like came in. I'll never forget him sitting on my like parents' couch, recruiting me like so intense, like couldn't sit still. So I just love seeing these videos of him like before the game, or like, I don't know, like he's got the gloves on, the cleats.
I thought about it like this. If that was his last game coaching at the college level, you got to soak it all up. You know what I mean? You got to soak it all up. You got to really take it all in. And I think that's what he was maybe doing. So, storybook ending, like for him, crazy the storyline for this national championship. And like I said before, I don't think any other team in the country would have been able to win 6 games without their head coach. And the fact that this team was ultimately able to do it, shout out to him and his entire coaching staff.
Yeah, and he's actually been getting paid this year too. I mean, we talked about it on the pod last week, but he earned a lot more bonuses. Bonus! He got $1 million bonus for winning the national championship game.
Ching ching.
Made a bunch of money even while sitting out these, a lot of games. So let's talk about this game itself. I was really impressed with Michigan, just their physicality. I really like their offensive and defensive lines. They ran the ball really well. I mean, I've talked about Blake Corum a ton because I'm a really big fan, but have a day Donovan Edwards. He had that 41-yard touchdown run, a 46-yard touchdown run, both in the first quarter. So like a really, really strong start for the Michigan run game. These are the second and third longest college football playoff touchdown runs in history. So really, I kind of was expecting Michigan to run all over Washington. They did early, and then thankfully Washington defense kind of figured it out later in the game and turned it into a little bit more of a game after halftime, but I wasn't too surprised about that. I thought that was the biggest factor. Fax, what did you think of Washington and Penix in this game last night?
I was devastated for Penix because as great of a player as he is and the run that he had this was probably one of his worst games. And it's just like to have that game now, it's like, and there's something about his throwing motion. Last week against Texas, he played fucking lights out.
Unbelievable.
Lights out.
Yeah.
And that left-handed, short arm, glitchy,
pop. Yeah.
When is the ball coming out? That motion, when it's a nice tight spiral and the receiver is catching it with guys on him, it looks amazing. But when he's throwing interceptions and he's getting pressured and he's kind of off schedule making throws and they're not being completed, that throwing motion looks very awkward. And that's what happened last night for me, is that throwing motion looked awkward. And I kind of feel, I don't know, like I feel bad that was Penix's last game, because I think about it in my head. If they lose to Texas in that game he had and they lose to Texas by 1, think about how he's leaving out. Even though it's on a loss, he played a lights out game. And that's fresh in all of the NFL team owners' minds. And now this is what's fresh in everyone's mind. And it wasn't his best foot. So I don't want to say I feel bad. Like,
you just wish it would have ended differently for him.
Yeah, there's a lot of plays I know he wished he probably had back, and he missed a bunch of throws that, like I said, like we just seen him last week make. So that's tough.
And I watched the game last night with longtime Bucs quarterback Ryan Griffin, good friend of mine, and he just mentioned over and over how hard it is, as a quarterback when you have all that pressure, when you feel like you can't really trust your O-line. I thought the O-line from Washington was pretty disappointing. I mean, I don't want to mention any specifics, but we all know there are a lot of holding penalties. Looks like some of the offensive tackles had trouble getting off the ball, especially in critical moments in the game. So, like I said, I think that really boils down to Michigan's front seven, especially defensively, really doing a good job of bringing pressure, getting pressure on Penix, getting him unsettled, and influencing that game. But, got to give some love to Michigan. They went undefeated. Obviously, they're the national champions for a reason. I'm a Big Ten guy. I was kind of pulling for the Wolverines, which is weird to say. But Michigan becomes the first Big Ten team in history to finish 15-0, and I thought this was actually awesome. I fucking love Jim Harbaugh. I just think he truly loves football. Loves football. Yeah. And I think we can all just tell he's like a kid, man.
Yo, he reminds me of Phil Dunphy off of Modern Family. I don't know why, but he just gives me Phil Dunphy vibes.
I know. And but I thought it was cool when they kept cutting to Harbaugh's family too in the stands. He just looks exactly like his dad.
Amazing.
But I love this. Harbaugh said that he'll get a tattoo if they go 15-0. Obviously, Michigan went 15-0, won the national championship. So very curious to see what kind of tattoo Harbaugh gets. He said maybe he'll get something on his shoulder.
Shout out to him. And I think it's dope if you put it out there that you would get a tattoo if you guys went 15-0 and you guys did it. So that's dope. And I know I'm not the only one. I'm so excited for the 12-team playoff, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a really different atmosphere for college football playoff next year. Excited to see that. A couple other moments I want to ask you about, get your thoughts on from this game. Facts, the Air Jordan box, Travis Scott, Michael Jordan, Stephen A. Smith, Jeter were all in this box. Fauché was creaming his pants at this. What do you think? Yeah, how did you feel about this? I mean, it was cool. I thought it was cool.
After I sat back and thought about it, I understand it. I mean, Michigan is sponsored by Jordan. Why wouldn't he have a premium box team and all the Team Jordan guys that are part of that whole brand was in there. Travis Scott, he has very successful Jordans. Spike Lee was in there. He has very successful Jordan brand. Derek Jeter, also someone in there. So after I stepped back and I looked at it, I do understand it. I don't know if Stephen A. maybe has a Jordan
how did he get in the box,
or brand coming out. That would be absolutely dope. Maybe it's something to come. But it's always funny now just seeing how you being in a press box during a high profile sports game is kind of a story. I mean, it's always been basketball, like Celebrity Row when you're sitting courtside, but I guess it's kind of cool now. Like it happens for football. I think it's a dope little good marketing plug for Jordan Brand
for sure,
and that whole university.
All right, this went viral. I had to ask you about it. Facts. The drink prices at the national championship Championship. I was looking at this and I was like ready to shit all over. It was $34 for either a Washington themed drink called the Bow Down Blitz or the Michigan themed one that was the Victorious Lemonade. Dude, I was looking at this. I would slug these. These drinks look fucking tasty, dude. Did you see these?
Yeah, I did. The blue one looks like a drink that I get when I get really fucked up. It's called a blue motorcycle from this local bar, and it has it's blue. It has Red Bull in it. It has all the shit you shouldn't be mixing together when you're trying to get drunk. But just one or two of them, it gets you there. But you had to read the fine print in this, and I seen that it has a sprinkle of gold dust in these drinks, which is probably upping the price. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember, were you a wrestling fan?
A little bit.
Yo, shout out to Goldust. I don't even remember the character Goldust. In Shattered Dreams, he would kick you in the nuts.
Hey, I just want to know, if you consume, let's say your boy BA is at the national championship and I have 5 of these drinks. Is this Goldust coming out the other end? You know?
Oh my God!
What's going on there?
I mean, probably. I mean,
probably,
what goes
right?
in must come out, right?
Exactly.
Some way, somehow.
All right, we'll move on from that. A couple other things. I always love all the celebrations post game. You know, that's one of the best parts of winning the big game. For me, winning the Super Bowl parade was fucking awesome. But they're going crazy in Michigan with couch burning, singing. It's fun to watch all the fans, but also I loved, at the stadium they had post championship Mr. Brightside, which was a fucking pretty cool moment. I thought. No, you didn't love that?
I'm gonna say this should probably be a cultural education moment.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Why do white people like to tear shit up and then sing to celebrate stuff?
That's a great song, bro. That's a banger. Come on.
But look, I never understood why you tear up your own city or your own area when you win big sports games.
Because you're manic, dude.
Because I grew up in New York and Connecticut, and UConn Huskies, they would win national championships in basketball. In Stores, Connecticut, it would be fires and cars being flipped, and it's just and then you see videos of, just like you said, of groups of people singing while all this stuff is going on.
Hey, something tells me it wasn't only white people doing that. Facts.
No, bro, predominantly white, bro. Predominantly white for sure.
Moving on. Well, that kind of wraps it up for the national championship discussion. Shout out to the Wolverines, 15-0, Big Ten ball, baby. You love to see it. Now we only have 227 days until college football is back, Dr. Fax. What the fuck are we going to talk about?
Oh, man. We're going to have to figure it out.
We'll talk about my Australia trip. Zen, cultural education. We'll figure it out.
More than a one-hitter for the NFL. That's what we're going to have to do in the meantime.
Playoffs,
football
baby.
Is king.
Football is king. All right, we got some other news. Fast Fax segment where Nate leads us through some viral moments, quick hitters. You ready, Nate? You nervous?
Yeah, let's go. Fast Fax. This week on Fast Fax, the NCAA football video game announces that it is coming back, and all the players will be given $500 for their likeness. How do you feel about this, Beau?
Dude, there was supposed to be this big announcement last night, and I was waiting for it. I was so stoked. I used to love playing NCAA football, but $500, I guess it's cool that everyone gets it. Even if you're, I don't know, even if you don't play, that's cool. But think about a huge big name guy. If you're on the cover of that, you still only getting $500. I don't know,
bro. I was part of the class action when they went back, and if you signed up and you did the right paperwork, they went back and calculated how much money you were owed. And the fact that I know guys that were in the thousands range, and even myself, I probably had got $1,200 once that whole
I think I thing, got something like that too.
Yeah, came to be. It actually lines up, to be honest. If you break that down into 4 years or 5 years that you're in the game,
dude, motherfuckers are playing college football for 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah, I know. I know. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But next up, aliens in Miami. Someone called Men in Black. Someone called Will Smith, because there are videos that looks like some 10-foot monster. Almost all the police in Miami were called for a disturbance at a mall. The cover-up story is that it was 50-plus kids having some sort of firework fight or battle, and this caused a hysteria. What do you think about this, Beau?
All I know is if there's going to be aliens, it's not even surprising to me that they're going to be in Miami, bro. Like, they fit right in.
Next up, we have the Hershey Bears teddy bear toss. Let the sweet, cuddly mayhem commence. Minor league hockey team, the Hershey Bears, they have a tradition where they throw teddy bears onto the ice. They broke the record from 2023, and this year they've raised 74,599 stuffed animals that were thrown onto the ice, and it took over 50 minutes to clear. How do you feel about this, Beau?
Dude, I'm watching. Like, this video is awesome. Like, the ice is just completely covered in stuffed animals. It's fucking dope. Like, I don't know. There's so many fucking stuffed animals, bro. It truly is mayhem. I love it.
That's super lit. Great cause. And keeping it on hockey, Team USA wins junior champions in hockey, and they get Chipotle for a year. Is that a dope championship gift?
Bro, that is so sick. I would fucking love that. That's like better than, I don't know, like a Super Bowl game check, dude. Like, in terms of value, probably better.
Next up, we have the end of an era. Pour a little water out for Tiger Woods and Nike ending their partnership after 27 years and $500 million later. Tiger is leaving Nike. Where do you think he goes next, Beau?
Dude, I don't know. I want to see him like do something fucking crazy. Like, go with like Russell Athletics. Like, really mix it up. But how iconic is Tiger in the red Nike polo? Like, you know, it doesn't get any better than that, man. A rip to that combo, because that was truly something special.
Next up, the name that is going to be very controversial next year for reporters, Noah Kanega is going to West Virginia, and his last name and its interesting spelling has everyone in a frenzy right now on the internet. How do you feel about this last name, Beau, and saying it?
First of all, I'm happy that you are leading this segment, Nate. Let's just say that. But I saw a really funny interview with RG3 where he interviewed like their whole family, and he's like, I just want to ask you guys, like, have you ever been to Paris? Like, I don't think RG3 is that funny, but like, that was a fucking good one.
I am a huge RG3 fan, but I just want to know why he was eating his ribs like that during that interview. Next up, man jumps into a pool at Bass Pro Sports, and he is naked, and it seems like he's missing something. Have you seen this video, Beau?
I saw that video, dude. I mean, my guy was having a tough day. Sometimes you just got to strip down and jump in the aquarium at Bass Pro. There's nothing else you can do, you know?
What a terrible day for those workers. Something I would never, ever want to deal with. Next up, the Pop-Tart Bowl announced it will make its return next year. What other Pop-Tart mascot, Beau, would you want to see introduced next year?
I fucking, like, dude, in high school, I don't know what it was, but we had like a vending machine that sold Pop-Tarts, and they had
Please say what I think.
I mean, I love the s'mores ones.
Yes!
The s'mores are fucking amazing.
Let's
need
go!
it, yeah. But the strawberry Pop-Tart is just
classic.
It's an institution. It's
Classic.
a classic. Like, it doesn't, like, that's what the flavor was this year, right? So they have to do s'mores next year, or else like even the cinnamon toast or like the cinnamon one,
Yeah.
whatever it is, like that's fucking solid too. But they have to go with like a staple, you know? Like they can't go with anything crazy. Like where do you go from strawberry? You know?
Here's my take for the s'mores. S'mores is the only Pop-Tart that I think it is elite, heated up or not heated up.
Yeah.
I think the strawberry, you like not heated up, it's not good. It's not good to me. Like a lot of those other ones, when they're not heated up, it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same.
Have you ever had a plain one, no frosting?
No, that's like
Honestly,
a serial killer.
It's not fucking bad, bro. No. Like for real.
You're a serial killer, bro.
So I like the blueberry too. The blueberry's fucking good. Strawberry's the goat. But my other favorite too is just cookies and cream. Like when they stocked those in high school, dude, they'd be out. Like we'd have guys like running around me like, hey, they got cookies and cream back. They got cookies and cream. But s'mores is the best.
Shout out
I'm
to
excited to
Pop-Tart
see that
Bowl.
fucking Pop-Tart mascot again. That is so great, man. All right, Fax. Why don't we move on a little bit? College football season's officially over. We got playoff football commencing. I'm kind of bummed that I'm going to be in, New Zealand and Australia for Wildcard weekend because it's like really one of my favorite weekends of the year. Like Saturday in the lineup too. They did a good job with the script, bro.
Yo, yeah, I know. And you're missing the Butter Bowl. I can't believe the Butter Bowl is happening in your backyard in Tampa, and you're not going to be there.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was just like, damn, Beau played for both of these teams.
I know.
They're playing in the first round of playoff with a pretty, like, exciting and crazy game. It probably should be.
Yeah. So that was actually going to be my NFL one-hitter, is just talking about the Eagles coming out of Tampa, playing at Raymond James against the Bucs. The Bucs won the NFC South. I think it's the third year in a row, which I don't know. Like if you were to ask someone 5 years ago, or maybe longer, like during the dark days for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like when I was there in 2018, we were not a good team, and now they've won a Super Bowl and 3 years in a row NFC South champions. It's an interesting thing because they kind of finished the season strong, the Bucs, and then the Eagles over the last 3 weeks have been brutal. So you want to play your best football headed into the playoffs. And the Eagles are not doing that. Everyone in Philly is rightfully very stressed about this playoff matchup. It'll be really interesting to see. I think it'll be a compelling game. And then also, it's always fun when you encounter teams in the playoffs that you play during the regular season. I think the Eagles came down and played in Ray J against the Bucs. They got a win in September. I was at that game. So this is a game I kind of wish I was in. I'm going to have a little bit of FOMO. Kind of wish I was in Tampa to go check this one out. But I think the Eagles are favored by like 4.5, maybe 5 points.
What do you think it's going to end out being?
I think that if the Eagles continue to play the way that they've played, they're not going to win this game.
Give me a score.
It's hard, man, because like I'm an Eagles homer, all right? I know where I make my bread, all right? It's in Philly. I want a fucking Super Bowl in Philly. It's hard to not root for a team that you won a Super Bowl with. And like, you know, I wasn't in Tampa when they won in 2020. So I want the Eagles to win. I just don't think they can win with the way they've been playing, especially defensively, man. And the Bucs have a lot of offensive weapons.
But you think the Bucs
Baker's amazing. I think the Bucs can win. Yeah. I mean, I think the Eagles defensive line is better than the interior of the Bucs offensive line. Like Tristan Wirfs is good, the left tackle. Luke Gedeke, the right tackle, is playing well, but like the interior Bucs O-line might have some major problems with Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, like Brandon Graham if he moves inside. I really don't know how this game's going to go.
You think the Bucs can win like without scoring a touchdown like they just did?
No.
Okay, because that's my issue with them. Like I love a good defensive battle game with just field goals, but that shit don't rock in the playoffs.
No. And I mean, I don't think the Bucs are going to have problems scoring touchdowns if the Eagles defense continues to play the way they have in the last 2-3 weeks. But it'll be interesting. I love these matchups. I mean, think about it. There's kind of a lot of drama. The Lions with Jared Goff are playing the Rams with Stafford. It's a little swap-a-rooski there.
Swap.
You know what I mean? Yep. And then like, what are some of these other compelling matchups?
We have Tyreek going back to Kansas City from the team that didn't want to pay him, so he left. And you think about how different that team is if they maybe would have kept him and paid him.
Green Bay and Dallas, I feel like, is always a good matchup too.
Yeah,
like that's kind of like a classic. Like
I love it.
I love that NFC matchup.
Go Pack, go! And then we have Joe Flacco versus C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud being a rookie, taking his team.
Hey, shout out to DeMeco Ryans, man.
Shout out to DeMeco Ryan.
I fucking love DeMeco.
Man, that is such a good, like, either way, just like we're saying, the storyline either way with some of these games, win or lose, are absolutely amazing, and bravo to the script makers.
Yeah, and fuck me, because I'm gonna be in fucking New Zealand trying to figure out how to watch all this shit.
That's a different experience on its own. I'm sure you're gonna have some degenerates over there watching the games. I don't know what the time difference is and what time like you'll have to watch these games, but
I think I'm like 14 hours ahead or something, man. I gotta figure it out.
It's cool to always see like people watching games, because I remember traveling to Amsterdam and being in a bar at like 6 a.m. and there's like football fans. There was like a Bills bar or something out there.
Sweet.
And I'm like, yo, this is crazy to see people up this early getting hype watching NFL back home. So that's going to be probably a dope experience for you, being able to do that in a different country, or it's going to be a hassle.
We'll find out, brother. So that was a little bit more of a one hitter, but what do you, anything else that we missed that you want to?
I want to give a shout out to Jameis Winston, who is in the news right now.
My naysayer.
For not for not positive things, but it's his birthday. It is his birthday, and I want to say happy birthday to Jameis. And bro, we love you on this show. And this whole situation of the fake victory formation dive play, like, he low-key goes in history. You hear the fake spike, but you've never heard of someone running a play at a victory formation.
Never seen that. Never seen that in my life.
I think it's unfortunate. And he said he apologized and he talked to DA. I think it's great that he calls his coach D. He refers to his coach as DA.
Yeah.
The fact that he was man enough to go back and forth with the reporters respectfully like he did, I definitely think at the end of the day, he was definitely wrong. But for him to stand his ground and be able to articulate and talk through that situation and why he did it was absolutely amazing. And I think, like, all of his sound bites are great, but I just think we talk about him a lot on this show, and he's easily, like, without even trying to be, he's one of the best personalities. And even seeing all the guys on the team coming to his defense and his rescue after this, I think speaks wonders to the type of personality that Jameis is. Like, you talk about being around him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And anyone
awesome.
anyone that I've talked to that's been around it, they've always have nothing but great things to say. So it is funny to see him to end the season. And shout out to Jamal Williams. I mean, as a running back that just got paid at a new franchise, and you had 17 touchdowns last year, got paid, and you were going to go the whole season with a donut, and Jameis was like, yo, we're going to get you a touchdown. That's lit. That's lit for him.
Good teammate right there. All right, we're going to do real quick shit to talk to your girl about this week, Fax.
You were real excited about this, Beau.
Real excited about this one.
Excited about this.
Let me do the whole little intro thing. On this pod, we talk about a lot of football, a lot of random stuff, a lot of guy stuff, a lot of Zen, a lot of Australia, New Zealand, lifting, dirt bikes, the shit that I love. And so when you listen to the pod, you're probably like, what do I talk to my girl about? She don't want to know about the national championship. She's tired of talking about football. So this is what I got for you. We had the Golden Globes this week. A little bit of drama, a little bit of celebrity gossip, a little bit of drama, and we love it. So Selena Gomez allegedly asked Timothee Chalamet for a picture at the Golden Globes, and Kylie Jenner said no. I was on these Twitter threads about this. People were lip reading her, and there was a bunch of different shit about it. Basically, we think that the institution that is the Kardashian Jenner family, they didn't want any bad press. They didn't want Kylie's new boyfriend, Timothee Jenner. He's taking her last name. They didn't want Timothee Chalamet taking a photo with Selena Gomez because that's just bad press. So she got denied.
Is it bad press? They were in a movie together, weren't they?
Yeah, they were in a rainy day in New York, and they shared a steamy kissing scene.
Why is that bad press? Isn't the Golden Globes for, like, movies and stuff?
I don't know. All I know is Kylie Jenner is a big Hailey Bieber friend, so that could be part of it too, because there's a lot of Selena, Hailey drama that goes back to Selena, being an item with J Biebs back in the day. But Kylie and Timothy were also being very lovey. But everyone kind of noticed that Timothy was the one leaning in for kisses with Kylie, and she didn't really want to kiss him. Not a big PDA fan, apparently. So just a lot of fun drama around the Golden Globes with these big celebs. People are joking that Kylie's waiting for her mom to give her permission to kiss Timothy in public, or else just break up with him. So, the head honcho over there, Kris Jenner, is calling all the shots, saying that
she's writing that script. Where are you at with PDA, Beau?
Probably not going to do it at the Golden Globes, Fax.
Why not?
You don't want any drama. Don't want to give the tabloids anything to discuss. I'm more of a kiss cam at the hockey game kind of guy,
But that's their job to be discussed about, isn't it? Like, if you really think about it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of all I got for shit to talk to your girl about. Talk about the drama that is Timothee Chalamet, Selena Gomez, and Kylie Jenner. But actually, I do want to give Benny Blanco a shout out, because this fucking ugly bastard has gone public. I actually love Benny Blanco. Have you ever seen Dave?
But what?
Have you ever seen the show Dave?
Yes.
It's so fucking funny, and
it's so amazing.
Funny. He's objectively not as good looking as Selena Gomez. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, that is fucked up to say in the same
Good
sentence.
for him, man.
I really like this guy, but shout out to
love
this
him.
ugly
He's so
bastard.
funny in Dave, bro.
Yo, he's amazing in Dave.
He's amazing. He's so funny in that
But
show.
more off, his producing, his music is absolutely out of this world, like even before that. And as much as you're complimenting him, you're hating, bro. Like, you're hating.
I like Selena. I like Selena Gomez. I'm jealous, bro. That's it. That's where the hate's coming from. All right, so talk to your girl about that. Ask her whether or not she thinks Benny Blanco's attractive. I think we'll get a good consensus there. But good pod. Good season of college football. Happy that the Big Ten comes away with the national championship.
Oh, boy.
At the end of the day, if you're going to undergo a massive cheating and sign stealing operation, you might as well end up with a national championship out of it.
I like it. Make it worth it. I like it for sure.
All right. So as we all know, like we talked about earlier in the pod, I am going to be across the goddamn world next week, so I will not be part of Fax and the King. However, I want to give a shout out. My really good friend and former teammate Ryan Griffin has actually been staying with me all week and agreed to come on and do a live interview. And he's got some really interesting things to talk about. Talked a little bit about the national championship, his career, kind of some fun NFL stories with him. Talked about Jameis Winston and what his time with, the Bucs winning a Super Bowl was like. And then also, don't want to steal his thunder, but he is going to go play football in Italy with his brother, who's a wide receiver 11 years younger than him. So a lot of interesting conversations revolving around that. So Ryan Griffin next week, that'll drop while I'm abroad. Looking forward to that one, Fax.
Yeah, I can't wait. And I can't wait to hear about your luxury cruise.
Hell yeah, brother. Strya, mate.
Guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tune in every Wednesday to the Fax and King on all social media platforms, and we'll see you guys next week.